Look at all those saws, guys. Isn't that just a beautiful sight? I'm sure y'all can tell what chassis that is by now. If you can't, stay tuned, because we're gonna go through this series of saws here, show you my collection, and who knows, there might be one of these for sale. Who knows? Stay tuned. All right, where should we start first? I think we'll start with the one that I've had the longest, and that's this one right here. I'm gonna slide this one out of the way. This video is gonna get a little shaky, guys, because I don't have y'all on the tripod, so bear with me. Just it's a lot easier to show you all these saws when you're not on the tripod. This video here may not also be exciting to some of y'all, but it's rainy, so we're trying to make the best of a rainy, messy day and come out here, enjoy a little bit of fresh air, and stare and chat about some power saws. What do y'all think? This one here I've had the longest. This is a 346xp. This was an eBay find back when I wanted a 346 really bad, and when I initially purchased this saw, it had an aftermarket 351 cylinder. It had an aftermarket 351 cylinder on it. It was basically brand new. It was making 125 pounds of compression, and it would start up really easy, but it didn't have no power, and it smoked a lot. Just the compression wasn't enough. Its cylinder wasn't good. I didn't like that. I wanted a real 346, and the ad didn't state that it had that cylinder on it, so I was pretty disappointed. So I went online and bought a brand new OEM NE 346 top end, ported that, put it on this saw. There's a video of this on the channel if y'all want to check that out. I'm not going to fire it up because it's on the channel if you want to see it already, so go check that out. I think the title of the video is Modified 346 XP. I was over at Bellhoppers, had this bar and chain on it. But yeah, it just didn't run very good, so I bought that cylinder and put it on it and ported it. And then we had an issue less than a tank in, or about a tank of gas in. I was on a job using this thing, cut it off for lunch, came back, and it started bellowing smoke and just wasn't running right. Acted like it had an air leak. Come to find out, the case gasket was leaking, and so bar oil was getting into the crankcase, and it was burning bar oil and had an air leak there. So I ordered a brand new OEM gasket set, so it's got all new OEM gaskets in it. It's a good running saw. It's still got like a tank of gas, maybe 2 tanks of gas ran through it, so it's still breaking in. It runs really well. And that started my addiction for the 346 XP. But yeah, this is what it is. This is the one I may be selling, because as y'all can see, I got plenty more of these. So if anybody's interested, this one's ported, and I may let it go. So if you're interested, comment, and I'll send you my email, and we can go from there if you're interested in purchasing this saw. The bar does not come with it, so it'll be power head only. It's just easy for shipping and whatnot, and I don't know, bars just get aggravating to ship. They tend to poke through boxes and bust holes, and they're just not fun and easy to package. So power head only for this one. Then I'll move on to the next saw. Oh, let me show you this rest of it real quick before we move on here, if somebody's interested in it. It's all OEM, 100% OEM now. It's in really good shape. It's just dirty. One clip missing, one air filter clip missing, but other than that, that's all. So yeah, if you're interested in that, just let me know. Anyway, move on to the next one that I acquired. It's this beautiful baby right here. This one's also on the channel. This one's dirty because I've used it and neglected cleaning it. I need to clean it up real good. When you got as many saws as I do, it's hard to keep them all clean all the time. But this one right here is really low hours. Well, it's all OEM. It's a new edition. 346. I did some trading and got off a buddy of mine. It's got the decal sticker on it. It's a new edition 346, like I say, because you can tell because it's got the primer on it. The muffler still has plenty of color on it, so this saw here hasn't been used much. The only thing I've done to it is I put this bar on it just because I wanted to see how it performed with it. I've always been curious. I've heard a lot of guys say that they perform well with 3/8 chain on them, so I wanted to see for myself. So I bought this 16-inch new old stock Tilliton Super Bar off eBay, and that's, if you don't know what that is, this is the precursor to Tushimura bars. It's got an interesting tip in it. It's an NOS bar. It was brand new when I bought it. It's just got a little pitting on it from sitting, but it's in nice shape. 16-inch 3/8 is about all these things want, in my opinion, in hardwood. This chain here is kind of garbage. It needs a good hand filing, but that's kind of the way it came off the roll. It's Carlton chain. It's not the best, like I say, but it cuts good for what it is. It may eventually end up back 325 at some point or another, but for now, I just thought it looked cool and just kind of wanted to try it out and see how I liked it. But yeah, good, nice 346 XP. So anyway, we'll move on to the next one. The next one I acquired was this one right here. This one's not a 346, but it's a 346 chassis. This one is a 353 E-Tech. It's all original. Really, really low hour saw. It's just dirty from me. Again, I used this saw before and it's just not been cleaned. So you'll have to excuse me for that. But this one here I got off of a gentleman. His dad had bought this saw brand new. They'd used it around their property and it was a local find. I have the owner's manual for this saw. I think I have some of the documentation from where it was bought new, and I have the original carrying case for this saw. You can tell a lot about this saw based, and that was the barcode that actually just came off the bottom of it from Barl. That just came off, but that was still on it up until just now. Green cap signifies that it's an E-Tech, which means that this one has a cap muffler on it, which is not going to stay that way forever. I've got some plans for this beautiful saw. That's kind of why I've not really cleaned it up much, because I'm going to tear it down and it's going to get a 346 top end on it. But this would be considered an old edition chassis because it doesn't have the primer bulb. And what's cool about it is it has the orange caps rather than the gray caps like the XP 346s do. So yeah, it's a true 353 52cc. This saw right here runs really well. I've never really made a video on it because it's nothing exciting. I'm sure you've all probably seen a 353 run, but I just like showing them off. The muffler on this one is also just got a little bit of pitting from sitting, but it really isn't discolored. It's not scuffed up on the bottom much, just dirty. But I have the original carrying case and everything for this saw. Low hour saw. Everything looks new on it. It was cleaner than this when I got it. But yeah, that's my 353 E-Tech. It's not going to be a 353 E-Tech for too much longer. It's going to be a spicy 346. Then y'all have all seen this beast. This is also a 346 XP. This one was ported not by me. It has a brand new any top end on it as well. It's got a lot of brand new parts on it. I believe the side cover is brand new, the top cover is brand new. Y'all seen this saw in several videos, but I just figured I'd pop on here, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. If you want to see the video of this saw run, check out the channel. This one is a Hot Rod 346xp. This one has a 357 XP carburetor on it, so it doesn't have a 353 or 346 carburetor on it, excuse me. But yeah, this one here is very spicy. It runs really, really well. I love this saw. It runs with some bigger saws. This one's had a lot of work done to it. It's been machined and whatnot. So is that saw there. That saw there has been machined and ported and whatnot. But this one here is spicier. This one here wasn't built as a work saw. It was built as a get-together play saw. So this one's a little spicier than your standard work saw. It's got 3 ports in the muffler, one giant, probably 7/8 outer pipe. Then you got the front hole with the thick mesh screen in it. You got one slit right there, and then the standard port's been blocked off, so it's a triple port muffler. But yeah, this one here's got a lot of brand new parts on it. The cases are also brand new. So this is a really, really nice clean saw. The primer bulb's inactive, it's just there. Just there to plug the hole and make it look stock appearing. But it's just got crappy old Oregon safety chain on it, but I've knocked the rakers down and put a nice little hand file on it. As you can see in that video, it cuts really good for what it is, but eventually it's going to get a nice chisel chain on it. It's got the VersaCut aluminum core. I like those bars pretty well. They're nice and light. But overall, pretty sweet saw. It's really, really spicy, and I really love it. Great, great saw. And then, last but not least, my most recent acquisition. I just got this one in the mail this week. This was an eBay find. This is one I've been looking for a while. I haven't been able to get my hands on one. This is a Max G5300. Essentially the same as that. It's a 353 in red and black. I don't know if these have cat mufflers in them or not. I'm not 100% sure. I've never had my hands on one of these yet, so this one's all new to me. There's some differences, as you can see, but the chassis and the mechanics of this saw are the same. It's got the original Red Max bar on it, 325 8/10 inch. This saw here wasn't used very much either. The gentleman on eBay said that he couldn't get it to start no longer and was selling it, and a friend of mine sent it to me, so I scooped it up. Couldn't pass it up. It's in pretty good shape. This is it's not pristine or nothing, but it's one of the nicest Red Max versions I've seen, so figured it'd be a nice addition to my collection. We're probably going to roll with the original Red Max bar just because it kind of looks cool on the saw. The muffler's dented, so we may try to knock that back out. If not, it'll get a new muffler or something of the sort, or a different muffler. But yeah, I've just fired this thing up. I've not cut wood with this one yet either, but this one's also going to be turned into a 346 most likely. One of these days I'm going to strip it down, wash it up real good, and put a spicy 346 top end on it as well. It'll get some porting and machine work. Then I'll have a nice spicy Red Max 346. And I guess you could consider this one a new edition because it has a primer bulb. Oh, I haven't went over the year models of these things. I think this one here is a let's look here and see if we can see. This one's a 2013 Red Max, so this was probably one of the last years these were made. I'm not sure when they quit making them, but if anybody knows, y'all can put that down in the comments below. Let's see if we can see the year model on this 353. This one's a 2007. So 2007 353. Then let's see. the original 346 with the 3/8 bar. Let's see what it is. It's a 2009 model. Wait, this one's an 05. Sorry, guys. I wanted to look at something. I looked at that totally wrong the first time. That was a 2005. This one is a 2009, like I said. That's correct. The one that is potentially for sale is, let's see, it is a 2009 346. And this one here don't have a badge on it because it's brand new case. Well, it does have a badge on it too. I'm sure somebody put that on there. The cases are brand new on this one. They put it on there backwards too. But it was a 2011 saw. This one was a 2011. But like I said, it's got brand new cases and everything. That badge was put on there by somebody, so that's not original. But the handle and the chain brake and the gas tank are all original. I believe that's about all the stuff that's original on this saw. Even the clutch cover's new, so I don't think they reused very much stuff on this one when they built it. But anyway, guys, that is my 346 353 chassis collection. I call them all 346s because they can all essentially be a 346, and they will eventually end up 346s. But so there's 3 actual 346s and 2 353s. Yeah, that's it, guys. What do y'all think? It's probably a boring video to some of y'all, but others may enjoy it. If anybody's interested in that 346, let me know. Hope y'all enjoyed. Till next time, over and out.